Hi there. Welcome to City Skylines Beginners Tutorials. This is episode 48, and we are going to get rid of all of these horrendous looking power lines. Just as an example, I believe we have a whole scat of them over here. Yep, just nasty looking as can be. I mean, nobody wants to have to look at that, right? I mean, you get down here and you're looking around and everything is, you think it's beautiful, and then you take a second look and you realize you've got power lines everywhere. And it's just ugly. And we have a new mod now by Brainhindirt. I'm not certain I have it pronounced right, but I'm going to show you how to go get him. Okay, and we're going to put in underground power lines. So save your game. Okay, and then quit to the main menu, because we're going to go into Workshop and get Brainhindirt's Underground Power Line mod. Putting you on hold till this part's over. Okay. Okay, so now we're back to the main menu, and we're going to go to Workshop. And I think if we type in Underground Power Line, we should get Brainhindirt's mod. Should come up immediately. We'll give it a try. Up here in the box, type in Brainhindert. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Just type in underground power line. Let's see if we can get it that way. And then click on the little mouse. Underground power cables 2. That's not the one we want. Let's go for mods and see what else we get. Okay. Try underground electric. Okay, underground power lines, here we go. Third over, after you put in underground electric, you'll get all of these, but just grab this one right here, the third one over. This says underground power lines, and it says by Brainhindert. Click on that. Okay. And it's considered a building and electricity, so just click on the subscribed. And that should be all you have to do, if I remember correctly. Yes, it is. Okay, then you can go back, click your X in the upper right-hand corner. Okay, if you get this thing here, just do a Shift Tab and get rid of it. Then go to Load Game. Oops, cancel. Sorry, go to Content Manager, go to Mods, and as you scroll down, you will find where is it? Oh, I guess it's not a mod. So it'll just automatically be in your game. Okay. There we go. Okay, so go to load game and load your game up. Putting you on hold for this part. Okay, we're back in the game. And now we are going to go over here. We're in the farming area. This is all farming, and down here between the farming and the port we have a lot of power lines. So what we do now is we go to electric just like we always do if we're going to put in a power line. Instead of putting this power line in, we go all the way to the end, and you'll see this picture with the big red X with the slash, or big red circle with the slash through it. It says underground power line. Well, you're going to click on that and you're going to put a power line right next to each of these. Now they're going to come up looking black, but that's okay. They only look blue when they're actually pulling electricity through, and they only pull electricity through when there's nothing else to pull it through. And you put one next to each of your power lines. That makes certain that they're exactly the right distance apart and you're not putting them too far apart. Okay, one next to each power line. And then if a smart person was to do this, they would put a power line right down the middle here. And maybe right over here. Just to measure out where to put these. So I'm going to run a power line up here, if I can. Okay, I can't, so I have to guess at the size. Okay, so, all right, I think I can put one right about here. If it'll let me. Oh, I don't have power lines we can put almost anywhere. I'll make them a little shorter just because that way I'll be certain that they'll go through. And what I'm doing is putting in power lines along the back side of the farm buildings. These are underground power lines, so not going to hurt anything there. And this way, if we should ever have some of these buildings disappear for whatever reason, we would still have power going out here to the ones that that didn't disappear. And that can only be a good thing. And because we have a power line going across to the residential area here, I'm going to simply continue the power lines across into this area. Only difference is I'm going to put a little park right here. Unless I can get it to go in here. Oh, I did. Okay. I think that might be close enough. Just so you can see where I put it. Okay, this was the residential area over here under forestry. We ran a underground power all the way over to this section and into the park portion, so that if a building disappears, it won't matter. Okay, so now I'm going to put you on hold while I put power lines on all the rest of this, and then I'll show you what the next step is. Holding. Okay, recording again. Now as you can see, I've put the little black underground powers lines where all of the above ground power what are these things called? Power lines were set up. And now we can go in and take these ugly power lines out, and the electricity, which is the purple stuff, will still continue to flow. So we go to the bulldozer. We very carefully make certain that the green we're taking out is running between the power lines, that we're not like accidentally putting it on the little circle, which is the underground power line right there. I'll get down in here closer so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, you want to make sure you're getting it between these two power lines and not grabbing for that and getting a little circle. That little circle is your underground power line that you don't want to delete. So taking this one out and this one, and then we'll keep doing it all the way across. When you go over the freeway, make sure that you don't take out the freeway, which would be this piece. Make sure you take out this little piece between the power lines. Now some of the power lines are going to be blue, and some of the power lines are going to be black, but they're all doing their job. Believe it or not. And when it is needed for them, I kind of figured out that what happens is if the electricity is not getting to that area, then they light up and they're carrying electricity in that area. If there is electricity in that area carried by buildings like these, then they don't need to be lit up right now. They're still there and ready to function. Like if I took all of these out right now, these would light up and make certain that there was still electricity going through this area. We could do the same thing here. We'll just carry this. Okay, we'll go back, grab this, and take these through a little shorter than what they would be if they were there we go. And then this is just to make certain that if, you know, some of these guys disappear for whatever reason, like they don't have enough workers or whatever, the ones that are left will still have electricity. That's what that's for. Okay, back to the bulldozer. If you copied all of this and you're now taking out the electric, remember that we put this piece across here, and so we don't need this line of underground power. I mean, of above ground power. Okay. Now you can go through on your own time and take out all of this, putting in underground power. See all these underground, all these above ground power lines? We don't need those anymore. We can cover the whole thing. All of these lines can be replaced with electric lines. And I figure that'll be something fun that we can do later or that you can do on your own time. And I will do it offline. I've showed you how to do it. And now I thought maybe, well, first we need to check health. 240, that's what I was afraid of. Okay, death care, of course, is working good because we have the new mod. But health care, the clinics, they don't have a mod covering them. So okay, that's what I figured. We have an area here, this zoned area right here, the commercial and forestry, which also has residential in it right here, has no clinic in it. So we're going to go ahead and put a clinic down here where, do you remember that we put the the crematorium down in here. There it is. There's the crematorium. No better place to put a clinic than right next to a crematorium. So we'll just plop it in right next to it. And that should take care of the sick people in this area. Now going to zoning and checking out what other areas don't have enough clinics. This one, residential and beachfront, all covering this area and this area. I think it has some, but I don't know that it has enough. Yeah, there's no clinic down here at all. And the clinics, of course, don't stick to their zone, which is sad, but true. So it looks like I've got at least an empty spot here where I can put a clinic. You can pick any spot you want for your clinic, but I'm going to stick mine in there because it fits. You know, you can put them in over the top of regular buildings and they'll break into that area. Now we have so many apartment complexes in here that we need extra clinics to cover them. Whether these clinics will stick to their area or not, I don't know. But we'll go ahead and try putting a clinic in. I see a spot right here where I have no apartment complex. I might as well put a clinic in there. There. Okay, and then over on this other end, again, more apartment complexes. And in this one, I don't have a spot to put it. So I'm just going to pick somebody that's about the same size, like this building right here. And I'm just going to go over the top of him and knock him out with a clinic. So now we have clinics covering the middle and the ends. I probably should have put this guy out here, but at least we have 3 clinics in this area now. And hopefully that will help this area. Okay. Water's not good. Okay, we also need to put in another water pump and another sewer pump, maybe 2 of each. So we're going to go down here where we have our sewage. That'll be the first thing we want to do, is put in more sewage. Help with that. So go into water, go down to your sewage plants, stick 2 of them in if you can get them in there. Space already occupied. I see a spot. Yay. Okay. Now all I have to do is get them piped together. Alright, this one can go to that one. Or maybe not. We'll just take them over this way. There. Okay, so they should be turning green here any minute and working. And this should pop way up to here. There we go. Okay, so now we have full sewage treatment, 100%. Way more than we need, but that's better than not enough. And then our water was over here in 2 different locations. So we're going to take 1 water pump and put it over here. Just below the first dam. And hopefully it will be getting water. This one doesn't look like it's getting any. So I'm going to move that one. I might move both of them. Okay. I'm going to move this one down into this area. How far down can I go? Won't let me go very far, will it? Okay. I think it'd be better to put it up here, personally. should be on the upside of the dam. See if I can get another one in here. Nope. Okay. Well, we're going to stick another one in here if I can get it in. Oh boy, I made a really bad mistake putting it the way I did here. Yeah. That was probably not a good idea. And I can't fix it now. Well, maybe I can just stick them up here. Is it going to let me do that? Okay. The idea is to get all of them into an area where there's, well, and connect it up, of course, where the water level is high enough for them. Apparently it's high enough here, although I'm not really thrilled with it. Okay, and I need to find the little circle there, which is the beginning of the water pump collection. I maybe could have moved this one over a little bit. Then I could have gotten two in there. Okay. And these guys appear to be working. Yep, they're working. So they're putting their pumps down deep enough that they can get them into the water. Okay. I should have set these dams up for your reference in future. I should have set these dams up so that there was more room behind the dam on the back side where the water is really pooling heavily. It's not very deep here. And I don't suppose there's a shallow area up here anywhere either. Not unless I go all the way up here. And even that's pretty. Yep. Oh well, okay. So we added 2 extra pumps in for water, or just plain water, and it's up in the middle now. So electric is way up at the top, so it's good. We don't need to worry about electric. If you were in hard mode, you would see this and say, okay, wait a minute, I can go down here to economy, click that on, go to budget, and then go to electricity and pull that down to about half of what I've got. So instead of 100, I have, say, 76% is what I've got. And then when I go to electric, God, I could even bring it down further. Okay, because I do have 2 of them. And what this does is it brings down the cost considerably. Right now, we could go with 50% and not have a problem, I don't think. That's as low as you can take it. So now it's only pumping 50%. And I'll wager it's still at the top. Yes, it is. So as you can see, you can bring your budget down when you get into hard mode and you need money. You can raise or lower it based upon, you know, how much electricity you really need. Okay, we're at 24 minutes, and I think maybe we're going to take a little trip. I'm just going to grab anybody. He's a worker at Goods Unlimited. He's driving to work. Okay, don't want that one. I'd like to find somebody who's going into the commercial area. Driving to a public house. Well, that would be a bar. Maison Brise. Okay, this guy is going to Maison Brise. Park Maison Brise. Sorry, I got interrupted and didn't want that discussion to be on the disc, or on the... Okay, well, I guess we'll go ahead and grab this fella, and we'll just take a little trip with him. Actually, it's a lady, Emma Brown, and she's headed to wherever the Parc Maison Brise is. I forget where I put it now. And all of these, you see all these power lines on the left-hand side? In our next episode, when you have cleaned up your map, and I have cleaned up mine, there won't be all these ugly power lines in the view when we're taking a tour. Oh, that is just so ugly. And we won't have to look at that anymore. That's going to be really nice. And we'll all work on it together, but in our own maps. Okay, where is... I wonder if... No. Okay, so she's not going to forestry. She must be going to the residential that is over to your left. Part of the farming and resident, and it's connected to the beachfront, but it's really next to the farming, this residential. And I have a sneaking suspicion that may be where we're going, because we did put a lot of different parks in there, and I'm thinking maybe that's where the park is. Yeah, that's what I thought. And when we finish this, I'm going to end this. Now we're in her pickup, so I have to be really careful now that I grab her as she jumps out. Oh, that wasn't her. Okay. I think I see them. I think it's that right over there on the left. Yeah. And I didn't pop out fast enough, so I wound up back here where we started. So now I have to go find her. That's what I was afraid of. I think this is the Maison Brises. Yeah. And she got off right about here. And I'm guessing that's Emma. Yep, Emma Brown. Okay, we got her back. And she got out of her pickup, and pickup disappeared, and she decided to walk across. And of course, oh, looks like that might have been it parked there. It'd be nice if we could put some parkways, some park areas in here where people could drive in and park, so they didn't have to be... Well, I guess this is where she is now, so we'll pop out of her. Yeah. That would be something we could do. Try and make a park that is nothing but parking. I'll have to come up with something for that, and then we can put that in our big park areas, which wouldn't hurt. Okay, that's going to be it for this episode. I'll see you in episode 49. Bye.